Krsna kirtana ganana tanapano.
Radhanath, also known as Richard Slavin, is one of the chief conspirators in the assassination of Das, Prabhupada's perfect disciple.
So, Krishna consciousness is so nice that naturally it will make you beautiful. Not black faces, not morose, beautiful face. That is a sign of spiritual advancement. By the face you will understand that here is a man who is spiritually advanced. Pratyaksyam, avagamam, dharmyam. These process of spiritual consciousness can be directly perceived. It is not theoretical. I am a very great devotee. No, it's simply theoretical understanding I am a great devotee. From the very face it will be understood. Face is the index of mind. How we are thinking. If you are thinking of Krishna always, then your face will be beautiful. Therefore it is called Pratyaksyam avagamam. Direct understanding. There is no theoretical. It is practical. Pratyaksyam avagamam dharma. Su-sukham.
So take a look at this man's face. Take a look at this man's face. This is one of the leaders of ISKCON, if not the most prominent leader in ISKCON. He's one of the most popular so-called gurus in ISKCON. Take a good look at his face, because Prabhupada said that Krishna consciousness is so nice that naturally it will make you beautiful, not black faces, not morose, beautiful face. Look at the complexion of this man. This man doesn't have a bright, beautiful face. His face, it has like a blackness to it, like a grey. His eyes are very dark. Around his eyes he has very dark circles, black circles. And his skin is like a grey colour. He looks more, to me, when I look at him, he doesn't remind me of a devotee. Later on we'll hear Prabhupada saying that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says when you see a devotee, the test is if a person is a devotee, is when you see him, he will remind you of Krishna. If we look at this man's face, it reminds me of a zombie, The Walking Dead, or like the characters in Michael Jackson's video Thriller. Remember Michael Jackson's video Thriller, where he had those dark circles around his eyes and he had that grey skin, like a zombie. So that's what he looks like to me. His face is not beautiful. He has a black face. He has a dark aura. So he doesn't have a face of a man who's spiritually advanced. And Prabhupada is saying in this quote that spiritual consciousness can be directly perceived. It is not theoretical. Oh, I am a very great devotee. No, simply theoretical understanding, I am a great devotee. From the very face, it will be understood. Face is the index of the mind. How you are thinking. If you are thinking of Krishna always, then your face will be beautiful. Therefore it is called Pratyaksyam, avagamam, dharmyam. Direct perception. There is no theoretical, it is practical. So you don't need to be theoretical about this. You just need to look at the face of this man. His face is the index of his mind. You can understand the mind of this man by looking at his face and perceiving his aura also. This man has a dark aura, he has a black face, he has dark circles under the eyes. He doesn't look bright, he doesn't look even like a regular materialist. Like if you look at, for instance, one of the other gurus in ISKCON, like Indradyumna, when I see his face, he has a very lusty face. He's always surrounded by these females, these so-called female disciples of his, and he's always enjoying this subtle sex with these disciples of his. And he has like a more of a red face and a bit plumpy, reddy face. He has a face of a sense enjoyer, which is the reality. He's enjoying subtle sex all the time with all these women. But this man doesn't even have that type of face. What to speak of having a bright face like a devotee, sattvic face, a pure face. This man has a very tamasic face, a very dark aura, a grey skin, dark circles under the eyes. Like I said, this man looks to me that when this video was made, he'd just previously been engaged in some satanic rituals with the people he rubs shoulders with. Prabhupada said a man is known by his company. This man keeps company with the demons who rule this world now, and he rubs shoulders with them, and he goes even to the Houses of Parliament and gives speeches. Prabhupada said a man is known by his company. This man keeps company with the demons, with the politicians, the rulers of this world. And we all know what they get up to. Prabhupada said the rulers of the world are Rakshasas. Prabhupada said in one lecture that you can now know that this world is ruled by the Rakshasas. Rakshasa means man-eater, and we do know that the people who run this world, they're engaged in child sacrifice. They kidnap little children and they sacrifice them, and they drink their blood to get that adrenochrome. This is what these people are from, another realm, and they get off on that adrenaline which is in the blood of a person who's very traumatized and very fearful. So this man's face, when I look at his face, he looks like the Walking Dead. He looks like a zombie. He looks to me like he's just been engaged in some child sacrifice, been drinking some children's blood or something. His aura isn't even Rajasic, like I said, like Indradyumna. So just by looking at his face, Prabhupada is saying we can directly perceive the consciousness of a man, and the consciousnus of this man is dark, it is satanic, it is demoniac. It isn't even, like I said, in the Rajagun, like a person who's trying to enjoy with this lustful propensity. This man is vibrating in a very dark place. That is clear to see from his picture, from the video footage here.
When I was going from Los Angeles to Hawaii, one priest in plain dress came to see me. He came to our family. Can I speak with him? Yes, come in. See, his first question was that how your disciples look so bright. They are appreciating that here is a first-class man. So I replied, the process is so nice. Face is the index of mind. If you become purified within, then your faces will be bright. And if you are dirty within this heart, how you can be bright? No, that is not possible. Face is the index of mind.
So here, Prabhupada is talking about how he was asked by one priest that how your disciples look so bright. and they're appreciating that here's a first-class man. And Prabhupada's saying the process is so nice, the face is the index of the mind. If you become purified within, then your faces will be bright. If you are dirty within his heart, how will you be brightened? No, that is not possible. Face is the index of the mind. So it is very clear by looking at the face of this rascal here that he is dirty in heart. He's engaging in very sinful, very tamasic practices, the dark arts. This man is engaged in the dark arts. You can't have a grey looking skin with black circles under your eyes and having such a dark aura unless you are very, very dirty in heart. Not just the regular rajasic dirtiness of wanting to enjoy lusty propensities. This is going more deeper into the dark arts, into the sort of tantra, the dark arts of wanting to get some powers through these dark arts, such as child sacrifice, etc., etc. This is not a clean-hearted man. This man has a dirty heart, a very, very dirty heart, and he has a very dark aura. Look at his face. Take a look at that face. It's very clear, like Prabhupada said in the last quote. Krishna consciousness, you can directly perceive it. It's not theoretical. You ISKCON devotees don't need to be theoretical about this man, whether he's a guru or not, whether Prabhupada appointed these guys as gurus. You don't need to be theoretical about it. You just need to look at the face. And just look at the face. The face is the index of the mind. This face is not the face of a man who is always thinking of God. This is the face of a man who is extremely sinful, extremely tamasic.
Does any physical change take place in your body when you become Krishna conscious?
Yes, there are so many physical changes. We have seen it practically. Yes, some of our students, so long he was here, he was so nice, he was so glowing, and as soon as he has slept, he has become just like dharmyam. Yes, we are experiencing practically. There are so many instances. Because my face is the index of mind. So similarly, what is going on within you, that will be reflected. That will be reflected. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked that how can I understand? One of the disciples inquired from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how can I understand that a man is in Krishna consciousness? He immediately replied, if you see a man and at once you remember Krishna, you must know that he is in Krishna consciousness. It is such a nice thing. By seeing the face, by seeing the appearance of a person, if you remember Krishna, you should know that this man is in Krishna consciousness. So there is change of physical feature also.
So Prabhupada is asked about physical change in the body when you become Krishna conscious, and Prabhupada clearly says, yes, there are physical changes. When we become Krishna conscious, one will be able to perceive physically the changes, because Prabhupada is saying that the mind, it reflects itself on the physical body, and particularly in the face. And Prabhupada is saying that the students who they were looking nice and glowing, and then when they left they become damn rascal. Again, they look dark, they have a dark energy. So Prabhupada is saying that the face is the index of the mind, and what's going on within you, that will be reflected. So look at the face of this man, and it's very, very clear. Like I said repeatedly, this man doesn't even have a rajasic face. To have a glowing, bright face, one has to be at least in sattva gun. And then of course a pure devotee, he's not even sattva gun, he's Suddha sattva. His his goodness is never contaminated by Rajagun and Tamagun. His goodness is pure goodness. He's transcendental. He's in direct connection with Krishna, always thinking of Krishna 24 hours. He's back in his original spiritual position. But to have a bright, glowing face, one needs to be in the mode of goodness. And in the mode of goodness, one will emanate a bright face, a glowing face. The purity within will manifest in the face and the body, the aura. And if you look at this man's face, he doesn't even reflect a rajasic aura. His aura, his face, it reflects something very dark. Like I say, his face is dark. His face is grey. His eyes are black. He has black circles under his eyes. His skin is grey. The aura is dark. What is that reflecting? It can only reflect something very tamasic, dark and tamasic. And I've already said he rubs shoulders with the so-called ruling elite, not elite, the lowest rascals in the universe. He rubs shoulders with these people. He mixes with them. He is their agent within the Hare Krishna movement. These demons put their agents within the Krishna conscious movement, as they put in all international movements. They put all their men in every international movement to control it from within. And all the leaders of ISKCON, and like I said, he's one of the prominent ones, he is one of their agents, 100%. And that means that to be one of their agents, he's engaged in the same nefarious practices that they are. And the nefarious practices that these people engage in, one second, it is child sacrifice. They sacrifice little children, sexually abuse them, and they kill them and drink their blood, which has this adrenochrome in it, and they sort of get the energy from that. These people are not even human. So, yeah, we can clearly see what's reflected on this man's face. What's reflected on this man's face is something very dark, something very, very sinister, and this is what I believe it is. And Prabhupada's saying here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, how can I understand that a man is Krishna conscious? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately replied, if you see a man and at once you remember Krishna, you must know that he is in Krishna consciousness. It is such a nice thing. By seeing the face, by seeing the appearance of a person, if you remember Krishna, you should know that this man is in Krishna consciousness. So there is change of physical feature also. So anybody who looks at this face of this man here, they will think of a zombie, a flesh-eating zombie, the Walking Dead, the characters from Michael Jackson's Thriller, or even how Michael Jackson made himself up with that zombie face with the dark circles under his eyes. He looks like that. He doesn't remind you of Krishna. When you look at this man's face, you don't feel, he doesn't remind you of Krishna. He reminds you of something very dark and satanic, like a zombie flesh eater. And that's because that's exactly what he's doing. He's engaging in eating human flesh, more than likely, at least drinking blood. If he's mixing with these people, which he is, a man is known by his company, this is the sort of practices they engage in. But this is what's showing. We have no proof that he's doing that, right? But you can't have a face like he has unless you're engaging in some very satanic, very tamasic, dark practices. It's very simple. Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada said in these quotes, you can directly perceive it on the face of the man who is supposedly Krishna conscious. And you people in ISKCON, you worship this man as your guru, but you're so in denial. Just look at his face, and you can see the deep, dark tamagun in his face. You don't see the face of a saintly man here. You see the face of a very sinful man.